Good day, class. Let us take a look at a function. What is a function? A function is a rule or a relationship that takes an input and gives exactly one output. Let us look at this function y, which is a function of x. This x is referred to as an independent variable. Y is referred to as dependent variable because its value depends on the value of x. Basically, we have two types of functions. Number one, we have even function. Number two, we have odd functions. Though we have a function that does not belong to both even and odd functions. In the course of this class, we are going to see how to identify even function, odd function, and the one that does not belong to both function. Now let us take a look at the first one, which is even function. A function f of x is said to be even function only if f of x is exactly equal to f of negative value of x. That is, if f of x is equal to the negative value of f of x, then we say that such function is an even function. And this means that both this x and minus x must be in the domain of f. Here, the power of even functions is even. Power, like if you have power 0, power 2, power 4, power 6, and so on, then such function is regarded as an even function. A typical example here, let's look at some examples. Number one, if you have f of x is equal to 1, this function is regarded as even function. You may ask, how and why? Because if you have x raised to power 0 is equal to 1, and we regarded power 0 as an even function. Then secondly, if you have a function f of x which is equal to x squared, it is regarded as an even function. Why? Let us test it whether it is an even function, since f of x must be equal to f of minus x. Now f of x is equal to x squared. F of minus x is equal to, you replace this x with minus x. When you square it, it will also give you x squared. You see, this and this are the same. Therefore, f of x is equal to x squared is an even function. Now let's look at the third example here. If you have f of x which is equal to cos x, we also regard it as an even function. Why? Now let us test for its negative value. That is f of minus x, which is equal to cos of, replace this one with minus x, which will be cos x at the same time. Therefore, they are the same. For this reason, cos x is an even function. Now let us take a look at another example. For we have f of x, which is equal to x squared plus 3x. Now this is f of x. Then its negative value is f of minus x, which is equal to, we replace this one with minus x, then we square it plus 3. When we evaluate this, it will also give us x squared plus 3. You see that this one and this one are the same. Therefore, f of x is equal to x squared plus 3 is regarded as an even function. Let us take a look at number 5. We have f of x is equal to x raised to power 4 minus 1. Now let's us test its negative value, which is f of minus x is equal to minus x raised to power 4 minus 1. When we evaluate this one, this will be x raised to power minus 4 minus 1. You see, this and this are the same. Therefore, x raised to power 4 minus 1 is also an even function. Now let us take a look at odd function. A function y is equal to f of x is said to be odd if and only if f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. This is the condition for a function to be called an odd function. And the power of odd functions are odd. If you have power like power 1, power 3, power 5, power 7, and so on, then such function is an odd function. Let us take a look at some examples here. Number one, if you have f of x is equal to x, this is an odd function. Why? Because the power here is 1. But let's test it. F of minus x is equal to what? Minus x. Then let's test for minus f of x. Now, f of x is x, then when you multiply this by minus, it will be minus x. Therefore, since f of minus x is equal to minus f of x, then it is an odd function. Now, let us take a look at another example. Number 2, we have f of x, which is equal to sine x. This one is regarded as odd function. Why? Let us test it. F of minus x is equal to sine of minus x. Sine of minus x will be minus sine x. Then let us multiply f of x by negative. F of x is x. When we multiply it by negative, it will be minus sine x. Can you see this and these are the same? Therefore, it is an odd function. Now let us take a look at another example here. We have f of x is equal to tan x. Then f of minus x is equal to tan of minus x. And this is minus tan x. This is minus tan x. Then let us multiply f of x by minus. This will be minus of tan x. Since this one and this one are the same, then tan x is regarded as an odd function. Let us take a look at another example. We have f of x is equal to x cubed. Now, when we look at this, let us test it and see whether it's an even function or an odd function. Here, we are to note that product of two odd functions gives rise to even function. Now, let us look at this. Let's take this example. If you have f of x, which is equal to x sine x, then f of minus x is equal to the negative of x, sine of negative of x here. This one will be minus x, and sine minus x will also be minus x. Then we'll have minus x sine x. At the end of the day, we'll have it as x sine x. Let us take a look at another one. The product of even and odd function give rise to odd function. Now let's take another example here. E.g., if you have f of x, which is equal to x cos x. X is an odd function, cos x is an even function. Now, we have f of minus x is equal to minus x cos of minus x. Now, cos of minus x is cos x, but minus x still exists. Then we have minus x cos x. Can you see it gives rise to an odd function? Again, let us take a look at this one. We have product of even function give rise to even function. E.g., when we look at this, if you have f of x is equal to x squared cos x, then let us test its negative value, that is f of minus x. It will be minus x squared cos of minus x. Now minus x squared is x squared, then cos minus x is cos x. Can you see that this and this are the same? It gives rise to even function. Now let us look at solution to some work examples. Now let's take a look at this one. Number one here, they say f of x is equal to 3. Is this function an even function, odd function, or otherwise? Now let us look at it. Now we know that f of x is equal to 3 is a constant value. It does not change. Then f of minus x is also equal to 3. It does not change. For this reason, f of x is equal to f of minus x. This function is an even function. Then number two, if you have f of x, which is equal to x raised to power minus 5, which is the same thing as 1 over x raised to power 5, then f of minus x will be equal to 1 over minus x raised to power 5, which is equal to 1 over minus x raised to power 5. You discover that f of x is not equal to f of minus x. For this reason, it is not an even function. Then you proceed and test it for odd function. Now, minus f of x is equal to minus 1 over x raised to power 5, which gives rise to minus 1 over x raised to power 5, which is the same thing as minus f of x, since f of minus x is equal to minus f of x, then this function is regarded as odd function. Then let us take a look at number 3 here. We have f of x, which is equal to x cubed plus 1. Now let's test for f of minus x, which is equal to minus x cubed plus 1, which will be minus x cubed plus 1. You discover that this one and this one are not the same, since f of x is not equal to f of minus x. It is not an even function. Then you proceed and test it for odd function. We know that for it to be an odd function, f of minus x must be equal to minus f of x. F of x is minus x cubed plus 1. Now let us test it for minus f of x, which will be, we multiply f of x by minus, which is minus into x cubed plus 1. This will give us minus x cubed minus 1. When you look at this, f of minus x is not also equal to minus f of x. When you look at this function, it is not an even function and it is not also an odd function. This type of function is neither an even function nor odd function. Now let us take a look at number 4. Here we have f of x is equal to x raised to power 4 plus 3x squared minus 1. Then let us test for f of minus x, which is minus x raised to power 4 plus 3 into minus x raised to power 2 minus 1, which gives rise to x raised to power 4 plus 3x raised to power 2 minus 1. You find out that f of x is equal to f of minus x. Therefore, it is an even function. Let's look at number 5. Here, we have f of x is equal to 1 over x squared minus 1. Now, let us test for f of minus x. This will be equal to 1 over, when we replace x with minus, we have minus x squared minus 1. This will be 1 over minus x squared is x squared minus 1. You discover that this one and this one are the same. Therefore, f of x, which is equal to f of minus x, gives this function an even function. Then, let us take a look at another example, number 6. We have f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 1. Now, f of minus 1 is equal to 1 over, we replace this one with minus, f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 1. Then let us test this for its negative value. Then we have f of minus x is equal to 1 over, we replace this x with minus x, then minus 1. You find out that f of x here is not equal to f of minus x. For this reason, this function is not an even function. Let us test whether it is an odd function. Then we test for the negative of f of x, which would be equal to minus f of x is 1 over x minus 1. When you open this bracket, this will be minus 1 over x minus 1. You also find out that f of minus x is not equal to minus f of x. For this reason, this function is not odd function. You see that this function is neither an even function nor odd function. Now let's look at number 7. We have f of x is equal to absolute value of x cubed. Now f of minus x is equal to 1 minus x cubed absolute value, which will also give absolute value of x cubed. Now, you know what is absolute value? Ideally, it's supposed to be minus x cubed. Then the absolute value will take the minus away. It will give you this back. You find out that here f of x is equal to f of minus x. Therefore, this function is regarded as even function. Number 8 here, we have f of x is equal to x cubed sine x. When you look at this, x cubed is an odd function and sine x is also an odd function. And we know that product of odd function gives rise to even function. Therefore, f of x, which is equal to x cubed sine x, is regarded as an even function. Let us add one more example. Number 9, we have f of x is equal to exponential negative x squared. Then f of minus x is equal to exponential negative, you replace this x with minus, then square. When you evaluate this, you have x raised to power minus, this one becomes x raised to power 2. You find out that f of x is equal to its negative value. Therefore, we regard this function as an even function. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe and hit on the notification bell so that you'll be getting more updates in due course. Thank you very much.